I forget what year it was, but I was at home and the kids had opened up their Christmas presents, and I said, okay, in 30 minutes I'm going to Colorado. Everybody looked at me like, what?
My best holiday memories really have nothing to do with the presents or even family that might surprise you.
Christmas for our family was always at a different level because it would take my parents weeks to prep outdoors. We would decorate that big.
The best Christmas memories I had, because we always lived away from family, is getting in the car at nighttime, probably 6 or 7. Now that I'm an adult, I totally get it. It was so we slept in the car on the way back to New Orleans where we were going.
It's not about receiving gifts on Christmas. It really isn't about the gifts that you receive. Sometimes they're a little bit thoughtless. It's about the gifts that you give.
People from Eunice and Opelousas and Crowley would drive over just to see our house. And of course, when you put that many lights up, some won't work, and often when they wouldn't work, Dad would get a bit upset and he would break lights and he would crunch lights, and as kids we would stand back like, oh, here we go, Dad's doing it again.
I said, I'm getting in the car and I'm going to Colorado in 30 minutes. Who's with me? And everybody was like, and finally everyone said they would, and we got in the car, and it was a brand new car, and we drove to Colorado. And I had not checked the weather forecast, and the Midwest was being hit by the biggest blizzard in like 50 years.
But my parents would back into the garage, we'd load everything in, and then we'd wake up and we'd be at Momo's house.
It was a mess. It took us 3 days to get there, and in the brand new car, the thermostat went out. And it was, you know how we were warm in the car, and the outside of the car was cold, and it was like it was raining inside the car because there was like a front coming.
And two of the best Christmas memories I ever had was I bought Saints tickets for my dad's first Saints game, so I was able to give that to him. And last year I bought a trip to Universal Studios for my 2 younger brothers. And those 2 Christmases, seeing their faces light up was the best gift that I could have ever had, being able to be blessed enough to give those gifts back to my family.
The reason I stopped the car was because I could hear some noise in one of the wheel wells. And so we stopped to check that out and to get gas. And I got back in the car and we were freezing, and the kid said, Dad, what's the temperature? I said, there isn't one. It was 0. Well, we had a blast. I love to be spontaneous.
Between Dad crunching the lights and walking outdoors one morning and finding the 4-wheeler that I've always wanted, that's what Christmas is to me.
That's the best Christmas memories. I think it's about the people, not the things, and I look forward to sharing that with my own kids.